From Houston, Texas, this is the Liberty Root Podcast. Trump takes office, protesters riot, and women march. All in a valiant effort to persuade the rest of the American people that their voice, and only their voice, is the one that matters. And anyone who differs in opinion are just dumb and just don't get it. Or is it the fact, and yes, this is actually the fact, that the ones taking to the streets are the uneducated ones, and the platform they claim to be standing on that represents justice and peace, when all actuality it's a message of hate, prejudice, and violence. You see, the exact same thing these protesters are supposedly standing against is the exact thing that they're currently involved in. You see, the Constitution grants us all the right to assemble and the right to protest, but it doesn't give us the right to break laws in the name of protest. It gives us the right as Americans to peacefully express our dismay or displeasure over any issue, whether it's religion, human rights, race, policy, or anything else that one decides that they want to protest or stand for. The Constitution grants us that right with freedom of expression. But you see, these rioters, and yes, that's exactly what they are, rioters, because police don't normally need to call in hundreds of reinforcements for backup, dress in riot gear, and expel the use of tear gas, pepper spray, and non-lethal if it was simply just a peaceful protest. You see, but these riots, they're only about two things, and two things alone, and that's fame and recognition. They have nothing to do with the peaceful resolve of anything. See, they want this dictatorship, socialist type government here in our country. I mean, there's other countries to go to if that's the agenda that you're looking for, and I'm sure that I know myself would be more than happy to help pack your bags, but you won't find that here in America. Or at least you shouldn't. It's not the foundation that this country was built upon. You know, it's not my fault or anybody else's fault that you didn't know what was in the Constitution before you decided that you didn't like it or it wasn't cool. But those are the laws of this land, and they have been. It's nothing new. But see, they don't want those laws and they don't want those rules. They want a new set that would ultimately be the last days of America as we know it. But see, here's what they want. They want to take their government check, hop on an Amtrak, go to a big city, get on TV while being as violent and destructive as they possibly can be, not letting anyone stand in their way. Oh yeah, it makes a lot of sense when they preach this peace while breaking out the windows of businesses, burning out vehicles, and disrespecting the flag of our country with a match and a can of kerosene, which men and women went to fight and die to protect the very people who choose to disrespect the red, white, and blue that's sewn upon the great symbol of these United States. It's fascinating, isn't it? Unbelievable. They want their and only their voice to be heard. But what about people who oppose them? See, anyone who counters them, these rioters, they're either beat up, spit on, or cussed out. So what you're saying is you can have your voice, but others need to be silenced? You see, these rioters want their freedom at the expense of others' freedoms, but that's not how this country works. We should all be united, even with our vast differences. See, one life isn't more precious than the other. We all live under the same umbrella that is America, and we need to realize how good we actually really have it. As much as you would like to have your way on everything and everything just to be conformed to your particular agenda, that can't always be so. Life's not always fair. Because common ground must be found in a truly peaceful and respectful way if we have any hope of moving forward. Because this kind of division that we have now is deadly, and this kind of violent rhetoric that's taking place is quickly bringing the country to her knees. It's time we put on our big boy pants and our big girl pants and look in the mirror and say, hey, I'm going to act like an adult today and not a lunatic. Time to step back, take a breath, evaluate the situation, and then move forward in one accord and find common ground even with all of our differences. Because nothing will ever get done if we continue on this same path. Be back in a minute.